great backstory creates unforgettable characters, but too much of it kills the story's momentum. So here's how to strike the perfect balance. We want rich, fully formed characters, people with a past, traumas, dreams, and scars. But the story must keep moving forward, and this creates the backstory paradox. Backstory is essential, but if you stop the story to tell it, you will risk losing the reader. So here's how to make readers care about your characters without dragging the story down. So here are the golden rules. You can include the backstory directly when it's relevant to the character's arc or the plot. And if it doesn't shape how they will act right now, cut it out. If the character loves ice cream, don't just say it. Show a moment in her, show a moment from her past when her estranged father brought her ice cream as a peace offering. Make it matter. So here are the 3 most common backstory mistakes that writers make. First of all is the info dumping. Long blocks of exposition or over explanation really stalls the story. So don't do that. Another thing that writers tend to do is front loading. That's giving everything up front instead of letting us discover it while, through the story. Number 3 is getting lost in the past. This is when you dive back into the backstory so much that the reader will forget what's happening in the here and now. And if you ever feel tempted to say, let me bring you up to speed, don't. This is a signal that you're writing a history lesson, not a story. So here's your backstory compass. What does your reader need to know, and when do they need to know it? Try to withhold just enough to build intrigue, but not so much that you're cryptic so that the reader will feel lost. Suspense only works if it's grounded in something. And there are 3 ways to naturally weave in backstory without breaking your story's momentum. So the first one is context or background. Back context. Use background details built into the setting or the characters or their behavior. Maybe they're wearing one wedding ring or have a framed degree from Harvard. Maybe they have an interesting scar. Number 2 is memory. Use flashes triggered by something in the present scene. So not the full scene, but only show glimpses of the past. Number 3 is full flashbacks. These are full scenes from the past, but use them sparingly when it's emotionally earned and when the reader actually needs to know what's happened. Don't use italics, don't use clunky words, but use it in a way so that it makes sense to the reader. I know this is really hard, but try and experiment a little bit and ask beta readers which version they enjoy the most. Maybe even give them different versions of the flashback and see which one the beta reader actually, gets the most out of. In real life, memory is fragmented. It comes in flashes, not in timelines. And you should use this to your advantage when you write. Let memory bubble up naturally when the characters are triggered. Let the reader feel like the past is haunting them through the present. Backstory should reveal wounds, but only when the moment demands it. And dialogue is a great tool, but be aware because, as you know, Bob, is a really common trap that I see. So don't use characters to tell each other things that they already know. Instead, try to use subtext to do the heavy lifting. You could use this in a pause, a glance, a joke that falls flat. Backstory can really hide in the silence between lines. Think of backstory like a painting. Don't load a lot of paints in the same spot, but use brush strokes to get them exactly where you want. And if you're writing a series, the same rules apply. Every book should stand alone, so don't rely on a prologue to do the heavy lifting. Build a world as you go and layer the history so that it becomes relevant. And always, always make sure that the story keeps on moving forward. Your reader wants to be pulled into the now, so give them a glimpse of the past so that they can feel it and when it deepens the story, but only do it when it's relevant. And if you found this video helpful, it would really help if you give it a like and subscribe for more content like this. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you loved this deep dive about how to write better backstory. Talk to you soon. Bye.